Hey everyone, Idaho Prepper here. So as you can see, I have my ATV all loaded up with my bug out gear. I'm going to be heading up to my bug out location this weekend and doing a solo overnight. So I also have some kind of like maintenance gear. I'm going to be doing some maintenance around the property as well. So stay tuned, this should be a good one. Okay, so as you can see, this is my ATV. I got all my stuff set up on it in the front here. I have my 1022. I have a axe and then my tent with my trenching shovel on top. And everything is strapped down with bungee cords. So, and then over here I got my bug out bag with my sleep roll and my sleeping bag. I have my navigational chest pack on top with my IFAK as well. And pretty much just like in the front there, everything's pretty much secure and strapped down with bungee cords. So that's pretty much how all the gear I'm going to be using this week to survive. In the back here, I'm just taking this wagon. Obviously, this isn't something that I normally carry around with me in a bug out situation, but I'm gonna try to kill two birds with one stone while I'm up there and get some of the area cleared out. So that's why I have this stuff with me. But anyways, yeah, this is pretty much how I am gonna have everything set up here. Yeah, normally I have there's like a cell phone holder right here. I keep my cell phone, and then I have an Onyx map app that I keep on and kind of navigate with that. So yep, that's pretty much the setup. So all right, let's get going. Here we are. Looks the same as when I left it. All right, let's get set up. So as you can see, it's pretty overgrown here. It's not too bad, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut some of these branches down that are in my way. Probably buck up some more of this falling dead wood around here for firewood tonight, and then probably just knock down some of these weeds. Obviously, I don't want to take down too much because it is concealment, and I want to keep as much this area as concealed as possible. But probably won't film all that, so once I get all this done, I'll probably start getting the tent set up and all that. So all right, be back in a minute. All right, so this tent that I'm using is actually it's a canvas, it's a French military tent, and I bought it on eBay probably like 8 or 9 years ago. So, and it's just been a really good tent. It's obviously not the lightest tent in the world, but it's very durable, and it's perfect for like kind of like a low level bug out camp. So you'll see once I get this set up, but it's essentially just like a pup tent, like a scout tent. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this all set up, and you can see what it looks like. Okay, so as you can see, that didn't take more than like 5 minutes to set up. So I'm just going to go ahead and get my sleeping roll in here and pretty much show you what it looks like. Like I said, this is just a canvas tent. It's a French military canvas tent, and I sprayed it down last year with some water repellent, so not really worried about like a rain or anything. So I'm not even going to put the rain fly on. It does come with the rain fly, but definitely not going to need it tonight. But I'm just going to go ahead and show you what it looks like in here. You know, it's perfect for one person and all their gear, or two people like pretty snugly. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get the sleeping bag in here and get this set up, and then on to the next. So like I said, I did bring this sleeping bag, but I don't know. It's pretty warm here tonight, so I'm probably not gonna use it. But I'm just gonna go ahead and throw it in my tent just in case. But I think I'll be just fine tonight with this Wooby. So this will pretty much be my blanket for tonight. So. Okay, so as you can see, we are losing daylight quick here. I just spent a little too much time chopping up the wood and cutting down the grass today. So got a little bit of a late start here, but I'm going to go ahead now that the tent is set up. I'm going to start working on getting a fire going, getting some food going, and yeah. It's crazy. The mosquitoes are not too bad, but definitely if I didn't bring that mosquito spray, it'd have been hard times here for sure. And the mosquito spray that I'm using is this Benz. I don't know if you can see that, but this is just a really good product. As soon as I put this on, I was getting attacked earlier. As soon as I sprayed this on, they just disappeared. So. Definitely a good piece of kit. All right, I'll get the fire started and get some food on. So, I think tonight I'm gonna go with the teriyaki chicken and rice. And see, where is my cook kit? Here's the fishing, and then here is my cook. I'm gonna go ahead and get my cook stove set up, and then get this fire going. I'm going to use one of my homemade fire tenders. If you haven't seen the video where I make these, I'll make sure to leave a link in the description, but they're really easy to make. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a full one of these in there and get this going. Just going to go ahead and get some water boiling. Not exactly sure how much these meals take to reconstitute. Okay, so it's 2 cups of boiling water, so probably a little bit more than what I put in there. Not much though. That should do it. I can always pour some out. But yeah, while that's boiling, I pretty much got everything put back. You know, you make sure that when you're out in the woods and you have limited gear, to just really make sure to, as you bring stuff out of your pack, to make sure you put it back in, because it is, believe it or not, it is so easy to lose gear just even in a small space, especially when you have, small equipment and stuff. So anytime I'm using my knife or, like a lighter or anything, I make sure to put it right back after I'm done. That way, I'm just, I'm not out of gear in the middle of a bug out. So, all right, while my water's boiling, I'll just kind of show you how I have my camp set up real quick before we lose all the daylight. But got my wood all cut up right here with my shovel. Got my axe leaning against a tree, and over here I got my bug out bag and my navigation pouch hanging up from this tree as well. Got my 10-22 rifle, and then my cooking stuff ready to go. And then I have the Baofeng radio actually scanning right now. So, and then I have my IFAK just hanging on this end of the tree right here. So, yeah, this ridge pole here, I usually do hang a tarp from it, but yeah, no threat of rain tonight, so I'm just gonna kind of keep it as the way I hang in my stuff. So, all right, looks like the water is boiling, so I'm gonna get that meal going. Never forget to take the oxygen absorbers out. Just going to use my knife here to mix this up. So one of the things that I noticed tonight while I was sitting here just before the sun went down is I could hear some quail not too far from this location, and it's good to know. And now in the future, I'm going to go ahead and put a quail call in my hunting kit now that I know that we have quail here. I was really curious to see what kind of game was close by, and now that I know that there's quail here, I'm gonna definitely bring in a quail call. And quail are they're one of those birds that are actually really easy to call in. So it just takes a little bit of practice with a quail call, and you can bring quail in really quick. You can, and if you're a good enough shot, you can take them out with a 22. It doesn't take much, because a lot of times they just, unless they're flying, then you got to be a really good shot. But a lot of times the quail will just come in. They'll just come in right on the ground and kind of walk around. So it's easy to get one with a 22 if you're quiet. So yeah, just one of those things that you would never know if you didn't get out and you tested your gear and got familiar with your bug out location. So I definitely can't stress that enough. If you guys have bug out bags, you think that it might be a possibility, I'd say to definitely get out there, test your gear, get familiar with it, go out to where you think you're going to be, and get familiar with that location. It's just it's just one of those it's just one of those things that is critical. So I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there are dogs. I hear them way out in the distance, but it definitely sounds like hunting dogs. So those dogs they've either treed a lion or a bear. I mean, I think it's still bear season, so it's possible that, yeah, sounds like there's some dogs that have a bear treed. But I haven't heard too many coyotes tonight, which is kind of unusual. I know there's a lot of coyotes that come through here. I do keep some trail cams in this area. So I do see a lot of coyotes, a lot of deer. But my dinner's just about done. I'm just boiling some water to have some coffee later. So, alright, so my dinner's all ready. I don't know if you can see that. Okay. Anyways, we'll see how it tastes. That's pretty good. I think I definitely need it. Should have added a little more water to it. But, yeah. It just needs a little more time. Alright, so I'm going to get some coffee going. Now I got this water boiling. Boiling some more water because this meal needs a little bit more. I just didn't put quite enough water in there. Alright guys, well I think I'm gonna call it a night. It's just been a long day for me. I'm just hammered, so I'm gonna go ahead and get in this zip up this tent. I'm already in the tent, but go ahead and zip the tent up and just kind of show you, if you can see it, how I have everything set up. I guess, I don't know, it's just kind of hard to see in here, but have my rifle over here. I'm probably not going to sleep in that sleeping bag, so I think since I don't have a pillow, I think what I'm going to do is lay out the sleeping bag, sleep on top of it, and just use my Whoopee as a pillow. And I don't even think I'm gonna need a blanket tonight. It's warm enough to where I'm not gonna need a blanket. So the one thing I will say though, if you set up your tent and it's just slightly on an incline, always make sure that your head is going upwards and not downwards. Otherwise you'd wake up with a raging headache. So just something I've learned. So anyways guys, I'm gonna call it a night, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Alright guys, well, I was wrong about the rain. This is where my hat go. Oh no. I was wrong about the rain. I woke up this morning to the sound of rain. But I don't know, I wasn't too worried about it, except for I left my radio outside, so I went and grabbed that. Grabbed my radio, and then I just threw a cover on my Bugout bag. So other than that, did just fine. It stopped raining. It only rained for like 4 minutes, but I slept okay last night. I definitely did not need a sleeping bag, that's for sure. But the only problem is this tent wasn't really set up very well on the there's just too much of an incline on this hill, so I made it a little uncomfortable. But other than that, it was a pretty good night. So I'm gonna go ahead and get up and get the fire going, get some coffee going. All right. I can hear a squirrel right over here, and I can hear turkeys right over there. So yeah, I'm glad it didn't rain too hard, because otherwise I'd be sitting in mud right now. But it is good to know that there's so much wildlife out here. You know, this kind of squirrels we have up here, we don't have gray squirrels, we have brown squirrels. And they're good to eat, but they're a lot smaller. But what's interesting, the thing that gray squirrels will do, brown squirrels will do, especially around here, is they collect the morel mushrooms that grow here early in the spring, and they'll store them up in the trees, and they're pretty visible usually, but they only do it when they're anticipating a low harvest or a long winter. So they do it as like a food reserve. So they're like total little preppers. But I haven't seen any morel mushrooms, but one of the first years we lived up here, it was something that I noticed. It was when I first saw it, I had no idea. It was pretty spooky, because I just see all these, mushrooms that are like perfectly cut off, and they're perfectly placed in between branches. They'll just stick them in between, like like a groove of some branches. Gonna have to put some more repellent on, and let them dry out, and then they'll eat them if they need to in the winter. So. Probably should have cleared the ash out of this stove first, but we'll make do. So, I'm gonna have some hot chocolate and some coffee mixed together. Just wait for this to start boiling here. So I'm not sure if I had mentioned this, but I do have one cache buried along the entry point of this location. And I have another location kind of, I don't know, about 100 yards from here, which just isn't quite as developed as this one, but I'll probably this summer definitely start getting it a lot more developed, because basically one of the things I'd like to do is, you know, get a little bit more of these areas here flattened out. But I have, you know, I always make sure that when I'm on these excursions to bring a, you know, pad of paper and a pen and write down the things that I forgot, the things I need, and just, you know, the ideas that that come to me. Because again, it's just one of those things where you never know what you're going to be lacking unless you get out here and do it. So there's a few things that I'm going to probably try and leave here. One is just going to be a big water jug. I did bring a big water jug out here with me because I was going to be working out here all day, and it was hot yesterday, so I knew I was going to be consuming a lot of water. So that's one of the things I put in the wagon. So I'm probably, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint it kind of a subdued color and hide it out here somewhere so that it's just always out here when I come out here. I don't normally use my take my coffee sweet like this, or ever add hot chocolate, but usually just take my coffee with cream. But this coffee, this freeze-dried coffee, is actually not too bad. I'll just throw in the hot chocolate in there just for the sugar benefit. Try to my blood sugar's a little low. Got a little friend joining me for coffee this morning. All right, my coffee's ready. Looks pretty good. Yeah, this actually works just fine. The only thing about this stove that I'm kind of having an issue with is these plastic handles here. You just want to make sure that when you're cooking that the fire doesn't get too close to them, because they will melt. So, but they seem to be doing okay. They melted a little bit, but yeah, that's pretty good. It tastes like mocha. Alright guys, well that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't done so already, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that like button. And I'll probably try to get and try to make some more videos like this in the future. Yeah, it was a good experience. I learned a lot this time around, and hopefully you did too. So until the next time, stay prepared.